Are you serious? Are you serious? We've got breaking news. There is Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Amman, Jordan, with King Abdullah II, the King of Jordan. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu made a surprise visit, unexpected, unannounced visit, basically, to Jordan today. There they are now. For talks with the King of Jordan on the latest developments in the Israeli-Palestinian peace negotiations, according to the royal palace. The palace said that Netanyahu and King Abdullah II held talks behind closed doors about the peace process. It was Netanyahu's third visit to Jordan in the past year. And now, according to a statement by Prime Minister's office, Netanyahu and Abdullah discussed recent developments in the negotiations between Israel and the Palestinians, with the Prime Minister stressing the important role played by Jordan under King Abdullah's leadership in the efforts to bring about an agreement, and emphasizing that Israel places a premium on security arrangements, including Jordan's interests in any future agreement. Now, folks, the Jordan Valley between Ramallah and the border of Jordan is a very critical area. And I was just in Israel last May of 2013. And I spent most of my time in Jerusalem, but I did go to Jericho one day. I did go into Ramallah, went into the West Bank, and I actually went to Bethlehem as well. And you can watch my YouTube videos of me in Bethlehem and in Jericho and in Jerusalem on my YouTube channel. Check them out. It's some good video and good teaching. But while I was standing in Bethlehem, I looked down the street, and my guide for the day, which was a Muslim man actually that I hired for the day, we were standing there on the corner in Bethlehem on our way walking toward the Church of Nativity. And while standing on this one street corner, you look down the street and you can see the Jordan Valley and you can see the hills across the border into Jordan. So you can see Jordan from the streets of Bethlehem. So you realize how close you are here. And the reason Netanyahu is so concerned about the peace security agreement, the security portion of it, is because he doesn't want radical Islamic Muslim militants smuggling weapons through Jordan into the new Palestine state that would be up in Ramallah. And so this Jordan Valley would be like the buffer zone. It would be the area where somebody's got to maintain and make sure nobody's crossing in the border. Well, Israel wants to be able to have their own troops in that buffer zone with American troops and maybe other troops sent in by the UN. But the Palestinians don't want any Israeli troops there. They want the Americans and maybe the British and maybe some other nations, Australia or somebody. They want to have some different groups in there, but they don't want any Israeli soldiers. And Jordan would also participate in, of course, in the border inspections on the Jordan side of that border. This is what it's coming down to. Also, remember, as I was saying earlier this morning, it is Jordan who manages the Temple Mount right now. Even though the Temple Mount is in Jerusalem and the Dome of the Rock is a Muslim facility, a Muslim mosque with another mosque up there on the Temple Mount, and even if the Jews build the new temple and you have both the Dome of the Rock and the Jerusalem new temple up there, and it's Jordan who currently manages the security of the Temple Mount. So Jordan plays a huge role in this end-time apocalyptic scenario known as the covenant with many. And notice here, it's a covenant with many people. The Arab League. It's not just the Jews. It's not just Israel and the Palestinians. It's not just the Americans. It's not just the British Empire. It's not just the Canadians, the Australians, the European Union, the Arab League, the Vatican. But you've got Jordan playing a major role in this. Now, according to the statement by the Prime Minister's office, Netanyahu and Abdullah discussed these recent developments in the negotiations, and economic issues were also addressed by the two leaders. Abdullah called on Netanyahu to seize the chance to achieve a lasting and comprehensive settlement with the Palestinians, according to the royal palace. Amman Jordan quoted Abdullah as saying, urging Netanyahu to build on this opportunity made available by the consolidated efforts of the U.S. Secretary of State John F. Kerry to achieve tangible progress in the peace negotiations. The palace said the meeting with Netanyahu was significant because it coincided with a critical period in the negotiations, and noted that the king's meeting with Netanyahu was part of Jordan's cooperation with all the sides involved in the peace process. And that is true. King of Jordan has been participating in talks with Secretary of State John F. Kerry, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and Palestinian Authority President Abbas. So the ultimate goal, Abdullah said, is the establishment of an independent, viable Palestine state with East Jerusalem as its capital. He emphasized that the Palestinian-Israeli final status negotiations tough on higher Jordanian interests. They are a top priority for us, he reportedly told Netanyahu. The palace said Netanyahu briefed Abdullah on the negotiations with the Palestinians, but did not provide the details. According to the report Thursday on Army Radio, Netanyahu has been seeking to define a fourth block of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, in the vicinity of Beth El, that Israel would retain in any future agreement with the Palestinians. The report, which cited an unnamed senior Israeli official involved in the negotiations, harked back to previous reports that the Israeli negotiating team has brought up the option of renting or purchasing land from the Palestinian Authority. The older reports did not specify which swaths of land Israel would seek to retain. Now, Prime Minister's office declined the time of Israel's request for comment, but located near the Palestinian administrative capital of Ramallah, the Bet Ik block joins three other West Bank areas, the Gush Isyan, the Mahin Adnam, and the Ariel blocks. And I know I did my Hebraic is not good. Please forgive me. Over which Israel wishes to retain control even after the signing of the peace agreement in the past. Israel has proposed land swaps to compensate the Palestinians for these territories. So, in other words, Israel wants certain territories where they've already got settlements built, and also some more land where they can build a few more. And it's in the Palestinian Authority area now. And Israel's saying, we'll give you some more of our other land if you'll let us have some of this. So, guys, we're talking now. They're getting down to the nitty-gritty, okay? The big picture items have been generally resolved. We're coming down now. They're horse trading right now. So this thing is getting very close. This agreement, this covenant. Look, you got Netanyahu, unannounced surprise visit with the King of Jordan. You've got John Kerry, unannounced quick visit in the Vatican with Rome, announcing that Obama is coming to Rome to visit the Pope. You've got the Pope last week announcing he's going to the Holy Lands to meet with in Jerusalem with Netanyahu. He's going to go to Ramallah and Bethlehem to meet with Abbas. And he's going to go to Jordan to meet with this man, King Abdullah II. And he's already planned his meeting is May 24th, 25th, 26th. Guys, are they setting up the peace agreement? Is there getting ready to be a covenant with many? Is this the biblical milestone that was prophesied by the prophet Daniel in Daniel 9:27 and was confirmed as a major end-time sign in Matthew 24:15? And then will it mean the parting of the land? will that bring curses upon the nations that participated, including especially the United States of America, as according to Isaiah 28? Is this going to become a covenant of death? Oh no, are you serious? And oh, by the way, but it is still prophesied it's going to happen. And then does that mean that the new temple is built in Jerusalem out of this? And if that's so, does the Antichrist walk in and reveal himself soon after it's completed at some point? Are we getting closer to the end? Something biblical's going on. If you're not saved, please realize these things were all in the Bible and they're happening. They were prophesied 3,000 years ago and they're happening. This is not a fairy tale. You're watching Bible prophecy be revealed. And you are living in the last days. Right before your very eyes, you're watching Bible prophecy.